What's up, ladies and gents? I have an idea for I don't know if you guys all remember Christine, the possessed car that was made by Stephen King. I have an idea for a sequel for that film. I've actually been kind of like messing around with it for years, but might as well tell you guys, some Stephen King fans out there. I was thinking, if you remember about the block at the very end of the show, where they flopped the block out and then that music came on and everybody thought it came from the block. And there was a little piece of metal that flicked down, if you remember that, and all made it seem like there might be a sequel to Christine. Well, I was thinking, well, why don't some decades pass, make it seem legit, and then maybe a company finds that place where that block was, and maybe they buy the place out, or maybe it still exists. Maybe it's still owned or a working place. Maybe the block's just under a bunch of rubble, and they start. Maybe a military company goes in, buys it, gets the block, and it's like, hey, this is some nice chunk of metal. So they start chipping pieces off of it and put it in mixtures. Christine. And then they make a tank out of it, maybe some other mobile, type of military items. It didn't really have to be military, but I thought that would be kind of cool. And then later on, come to find out that Christine is, a part of Christine is in a tank. And a lot of people would be like, well, yeah, but that would be like, Christine's like shooting and blowing, blasting all cars and vehicles. It'd just be total chaos. Well, I don't really think that's what the story should be about. I really don't know what the story should be about, to be honest. But I still think it would be cool if Christine was in a tank. Because Stephen King usually is about mystery. Usually. So I thought, well, why wouldn't it be cool if they could put Christine in a tank, put like a part of her in a tank, and then don't really let her do anything until like the middle or the end of the film. That way people's all like, oh yeah, Christine's going to blow everything up because a part of her's in a tank. She's going to destroy all the city. And then, come to find out, that's really not what's happening. She's just driving around the city. Everybody's running and hiding, There's no military around her or anything. Or maybe she runs around at night or something like that and kind of spooks people or whatnot. And then during the day, there's like malfunctions and stuff with the tank. And the army, maybe there's like an army... Maybe there's like an army convoy that goes around her or whatever. But I think that would be cool. And then at the very end, she starts to go psycho. Maybe there's an old psycho, a psychotic, insane general that is driving her around. For like routine training or something like that. And maybe there's a malfunction, and he starts getting that spirit upon him, like the guy who originally had it in the first Christine, and that like love connection or possession, whatever. But I thought that would be really cool, to kind of change that up. And then later on, they can show him like using the car to blow things up. Maybe he goes up against, some people who he thinks is turn against him or whatever. I really don't know what the story should be about, but I think that'd be cool for Christine to be in a tank, a part of her. And maybe it gets blowed up and the tracks like magically come back together and heal herself, or maybe there's a big hole in the side of the tank, and the hole just like seals itself up, like the original, how it worked in the original show, where the headers like bubbled up after being dented in. The glass like remade itself, how they did in the movie. I'm pretty sure there's some fans of Christine of mine in here. But yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing to do. I think they should do more with that. They might as well. It's a moneymaker. To make something like that. But I think it should be made right. I don't think they should just throw it out. I don't think, no. Now, don't just throw it out like it's nothing. Make a good, legitimate story, something that's very Stephen King-like, And hopefully, if you're watching this, Stephen King, I think this would be a pretty good idea. I don't know if he's ever wanted to make a sequel to Christine, but I think that would be a pretty decent idea. But anyway, let me know, guys, what you think about that idea. And let me know. Let me know what you think about the original Christine and this idea. Have a good one.